I want to go there. I want to say to you the impact of this work on my life. I was saying to someone the other day, I have lost my joy. And even though I am a practicing Christian and I try to have the mantras of joy comes in the morning, the joy of the Lord is my strength. I say these things and I know it manifests in a way. Lynette, if I didn't have the Lord, and I want to confess it here, if I didn't have the Lord, I would be dead. I would be dead inside. I would be a shell of what I am. It was only by the grace of God that I am still here. But I do not know when last I just laughed, belly laughter. I don't know. I said to someone the other day, I was a giggling teenager. I was a giggling girl. I love laughter. I love life. And because I love life, I'm pro-life. I can do this work the way I do. I'm passionate about people and things, and I love life. And so, but it has my work has permitted every cell of my body, of who I am. It has changed, of how I see view the world. It has changed. My distrust in people have changed. And and
Mm.
and, and
Mm.
honestly, I do not trust easily, and I know it is PTSD. It is what I am. My
Mm.
intimate relationship with my partner have changed over these years, and I say this publicly, because I want us to speak about these things. Intimacy is something that I shy away from. When you work day in and day out with the brutalization of women's bodies, children, just the brutalization in our society, it is very difficult to become intimate. And I know I need to do work on myself as well. But there's not even time for that, Lynette. And so thank you for
Mm.
asking about that, because sometimes I feel like nobody sees. I even get emotional as I'm talking about it right now. Um, I'm going to be 60 years old this year, so it's been a very reflective year. Next month, God willing, I'm 60. And I've been doing this since a teenager, being an advocate, and whether it was in sport or any space that I find myself in. But I want to say this: gender-based violence has a huge impact in society, in families. It tears families apart. It is the very fabric of what's the words? Anyway, my English is almost
Moral
finishing.
fiber.
Oh, there we go.
Moral
Nice and
fiber.
good, sister. The moral fiber of family society is gone,
Mm.
and so it doesn't just affect the victim or the survivor. Families are torn apart,
Mm.
communities are destabilized, and the very fabric, ek het dit geskryf, of our society is weakened. We cannot continue to ignore the deep-rooted issues that perpetuates the violence, issues like patriarchy,
Mm.
toxic masculinity, and the pervasive culture of silence and shame. Nah? I said to a woman the other day, tell your story, sister, because we sometimes don't want to tell our stories because of the shame it brings.
Yes.
And listen,
Yes.
we have been grown up. We have been raised by our families to almost feel the shame. My mother made us feel ashamed if we do anything wrong. The shame that you bring onto the family,
Mm.
and sometimes
Yeah.
victims often are
Uh,
silenced
uh,
because of the
and
shame.
precisely when, especially with femicide, with
Yeah.
intimate partners hurting
Yes.
you,
Yeah.
humiliating you, abusing you, don't just talk about it. We don't want people to know. We don't want people to think that we are them.